Catherine, Alan, Bernard, distinguished guests, friends from the South China Morning Post, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I have the greatest pleasure joining all of you this morning to share a few observations on redefining Hong Kong's culture, sports, and tourism. As a start, well, Alan mentioned a little bit just now, but I would like to share the exciting news that this year, Hong Kong has a rather successful first 8 months tourism rise. We welcomed over 33 million visitors thus far, which is a 12% increase year on year. But for August alone, we actually welcomed 5.15 million visitors, a 16% growth year on year. With this promising performance, I'm quite confident that we will be able to achieve our target of receiving 48 million visitors by the end of 2025, exactly 12% above last year. This impressive performance is the collective effort of a lot of stakeholders and practitioners in the tourism and related sectors, many of whom are in the audience today. But indeed, I should also thank every man and woman in the community who have so kindly responded positively to my intervention on the first day of my appointment as SCST to be a tourism ambassador of Hong Kong. This, on its own, can be a powerful means to redefine Hong Kong. And to all of you, please accept my heartfelt appreciation and gratitude. For key stakeholders of the culture, sports, and tourism fields that are with me this morning, I'm sure you're all very much aware that during the past 2 years since we emerged from COVID and the related social and travel restrictions, the travel patterns, preferences, and behavior of tourists worldwide have undergone significant changes. What has worked fine and easy before the pandemic is no longer the panacea in our effort to recover our ground as a premier travel destination. Shopping for luxurious items, for example, is now a much lower priority for at least a good portion of our tourists, especially the younger ones among them. Instead, tourists these days look for immersive experience, one-of-a-kind treatment, an escape from reality, or even just a dose of cuteness on the go. So what is Hong Kong's response? Less than a month after I was appointed SCST on the 5th December last year, building on the solid work of the Tourism Commission, I announced the development blueprint for Hong Kong's tourism industry 2.0 in end December 2024. That blueprint was meant to be a transformative roadmap for tourism, a forefront positioning for tourism development, and 4 major development strategies were presented alongside 133 specific measures designed to revive the glory of Hong Kong's tourism industry. I believe most of you have heard me outline the 4 positioning and 4 strategy in the blueprint at least once, and sorry guys, if you have heard it numerous times already, don't worry. This is not going to be a repetition of any of those. Actually, I would like the facts, the figures, and customer reviews to speak for themselves and to testify to the relevance and effectiveness of what was proposed in the blueprint. At the heart of Blueprint 2.0 is the recognition of Hong Kong's unique cultural legacy, international outlook, natural beauty, and our proven ability to stage spectacular events with great efficiency and strong value for money. One of the key highlights of Blueprint 2.0 is to position culture and sports as cornerstones of our tourism strategy, so as to act out our policy of integrating culture, sports, and tourism to create greater synergies and maximum value. To this end, we introduced the concept of culture plus tourism and sports plus tourism, among other things. Let me begin with culture. I said in a recent interview with RHK that culture needs to be cultivated. Nurturing a one-of-a-kind cultural proposition of Hong Kong is the key if our policy of integrating culture and tourism is to succeed in this post-pandemic era when tourists all look for authentic experiences. Culture is not a backdrop, nor is it simply a means to drive economic development. It is the essence of our collective identity, and it shapes the content of our storytelling and our exchanges with visitors. By sharing compelling narratives of Hong Kong's unique and special cultural heritage, we can forge deeper connections with our valued visitors. Thanks to the tireless efforts of many devoted organizations and activities over the years, often with substantial government support, we can now comfortably call ourselves an East-West cultural hub. From amazing performance of traditional Chinese Shuk-pui operas, sang in different dialects, to musicals with a taste of Guangdong and Hong Kong, from mesmerizing modern dance dramas featuring Song Dynasty poets, classical literature masterpieces, and Hong Kong comic favorites by local and mainland groups, to traditional interpretations of French and Italian ballet and operas by top-quality visiting companies. To name but a few, these iconic and successful shows offered by the Hong Kong Arts Festival, the Chinese Cultural Festival, and West Kowloon Cultural District amply demonstrate the vibrancy, variety, international outlook, and strong cultural heritage of China that together shape Hong Kong's cultural and arts scene. On top of this, a great variety of important visual arts and pop culture events have also been staged in Hong Kong earlier this year, with solid support from the Mega Arts and Culture Events Fund, including Art Basel Hong Kong 2025, Art Central, CompexCon Hong Kong 2025, and many more. All these created a sense of FOMO, fear of missing out, to our mainland and overseas friends, thereby inducing increased tourism inflow. Now I would like to turn your focus to sports. Sports is much more than just engaging in competitions and achieving enviable physiques. It can be a powerhouse in drawing tourists. From anyone who fancies action and excitement, Hong Kong is your go-to city. Mega Sports event is another integral piece in shaping our tourism landscape. The Kai Tak Sports Park, the Hong Kong $30 billion biggest ever sports infrastructure investment in Hong Kong's history, was commissioned officially in March this year and has since elevated to the status of the temple of mega sports events after staging a series of eye-catching and breathtaking events. As a thriving hub for major international sports events, Hong Kong is committed to supporting and promoting large-scale international sports events through the MMARC system. MMARC supports, among others, marketing and publicity channels to engage greater participation from both local and tourists, with an aim to foster a stronger sports culture while boosting our economy. Over the past 8 months, Hong Kong has successfully staged 16 MMARC events. In the last weekend of March this year, the Hong Kong Sevens, International Rugby Sevens, drew over 110,000 spectators during its 3 match days, marking a 13% increase over the last edition in 2024. Of these, over 30%, or more than 30,000, were non-locals. And I'm sure you have all seen for yourself, either on site or on TV, just how reveling the atmosphere and how international the crowd was, and for which many commentators rightfully draw the conclusion that Hong Kong Sevens is the best sevens in the world in terms of atmosphere and excitement. How invaluable these images are in redefining what Hong Kong was like in the mind of at least some overseas. Rugby sevens aside, we cannot not mention football as a major tourist magnet. Earlier in May, 33,000 football fans filled the Hong Kong Stadium to witness, I'm sad to say, a struggling Manchester United team winning their only trophy of the season after beating a handsomely performed Hong Kong-China representative team. Later in July, the Hong Kong Football Festival 2025 staged 2 matches at Kai Tak Stadium, featuring 4 international football teams: Liverpool, AC Milan, Arsenal, and Tottenham Hotspur. A total of close to 100,000 fans, at least 30,000 of them tourists, enjoyed themselves immensely while watching great football and cheering to losing their voice at the same time. Last but not the least, the Saudi Super Cup held just 10 days ago brought 4 top Saudi teams, and Cristiano Ronaldo among them, to Hong Kong and put some 80,000 fans in all in both Hong Kong Stadium and Kai Tak Stadium. These examples are indeed powerful illustrations of Hong Kong's increasingly sharpening edge as an events venue. With its world-class and state-of-the-art venues, Kai Tak Sports Park now plays a pivotal role in our effort to elevate Hong Kong as Asia's events capital to a whole new level. Of course, participants in sports are most excited and loyal when the teams and athletes they love play well. And in turn, this will inject more energy for players to go faster, stronger, and further. My bureau is committed to propelling sports development through promoting sports in the community, supporting elite athletes, establishing Hong Kong as a hub for major international sports events, enhancing professionalism, and developing sports as an industry. Despite the current financial climate, this financial year, we have earmarked an estimated 9.2 billion Hong Kong dollars for sports, which is more than double the figure from a decade ago. The substantial investment underscores our dedication to cultivating a dynamic sports industry in Hong Kong. So my friends, watch this space for more events, more world number ones, and more history-making performances, such as what Coleman Wong did at the US Open in the months and years to come. I guess whenever I speak of mega events today, I cannot skip mega concerts held where else, but also Kai Tak Sports Park. Together with the football and rugby matches I mentioned just now, the concerts of Chloe Pei, Nicholas J, Mayday, JJ Lin, Jem, have helped bring over 1 million spectators to Kai Tak Sports Park since its opening 6 months ago today. The vibrancy and diverse offering of Hong Kong as a one-stop destination for mega sports events, high-quality cultural and arts performances, premier shopping and dining hub, will undoubtedly leave a lasting impression on visitors. All this will continue, with hopefully the help of even greater contribution and effort from everyone, so that together we will foster stronger synergy, driving further economic development in our beloved city. Beyond ticket sales and event souvenirs, these events actually create extensive business and employment opportunities for various industries such as hotels, catering, retail, transportation, etc., giving a significant boost to the local economy. We will continue to work closely with all the stakeholders to develop the economic potential of the culture, sports, and tourism industry to the fullest possible extent. I'm sure all of you would have found that Hong Kong is experiencing a remarkable boom in culture, sports, and tourism. And I surely await with great interest fellow speakers sharing their wisdom on how to make the most out of this promising trend. In closing, I look forward to seeing all of you often in different events at different parts of Hong Kong. As organizers, sponsors, members of the audience, and last, but certainly not the least, as Hong Kong's smiling tourism ambassadors. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ms. Long.